The bold and the beautiful scoop for Friday, October 24th reveals Bill Spencer will surmise what Luna Nozawa did was on purpose. Also coming up, Deacon Sharp will try to play matchmaker for Hope Logan. Plus, Katie Logan will question Liam Spencer about Hope, and Daphne Rose will catch up with Carter Walton. B&B spoilers tease Daphne will bluntly ask Carter about he and Hope's relationship status. She'll ask him if they are truly over, or does he still carry a torch for Hope? But how will Carter respond? Meanwhile, Hope will get the third degree from her father. Deacon will tell Hope not to let Liam slip away again. "Open your heart up to Liam," he'll say. However, Hope will say she doesn't know what the future holds for her and Liam. Over at Spencer Publications, Dollar Bill will gather his family to discuss the latest on Luna. On Wednesday, Will Spencer got a call from a prison doctor who advised him to check on the mother of his child. Once he arrived, he saw Luna's black eye and she begged him to get her out of there. Luna claimed their child was in danger. So, Will inform his dear old dad about what's going on. Once Katie, Will, and Liam arrive at the office, Bill will lay out what he believes is Luna's ultimate game plan. Of course, he'll recall that Luna pulled the exact same stunt last year, and he fell for it. Bill ended up securing Luna a pardon after he saw all the bruises on her face when he visited her in prison. But will he tell his family he's not falling for her con this time? And could Luna have yet another ace up her sleeve that Bill isn't anticipating? Finally, Katie will put Liam on the hot seat. "You want a life with Beth and my niece," she'll say to him. No doubt he'll admit he does. But will Katie give him any advice to help make that happen? Stay tuned! Hey B&B fans! Are you enjoying the latest CBS Sudser Beyond the Gates? Then make sure you join our free Facebook group. Keep reading the Soap Scoop, your source for the latest soap opera spoilers and B&B spoilers and news. And make sure to also join our B&B Facebook group. But if you miss an episode, don't fret. You can watch The Bold and the Beautiful online at cbs.com. As the episode began, Will was at the prison, continuing trying not to lose his lunch, as Luna went on and on about his amazing show of caring for her and their little baby, reiterating that the girls in here have hated her from the start. Why, when she's such a delight? She pleaded with Will to help her. You know, for their child's sake. Natch, to reinforce that she is pregnant, Luna rubbed her tummy. By the end of this pregnancy, she's gonna have to worry about erosion at this rate. I really pray that nothing else happen, the conniver told Will, playing him like a fiddle. And he swore that he wouldn't be swayed, even though his expression said, "Aw, crap. I'm being swayed, aren't I?" At Forrester, Deke spent the start of his first day doing what all employees there do, yakking about stuff other than work, in his case with Elektra. Boy, can that Deke go on about jewelry. What really piqued his curiosity, though, were Elektra's comments about Luna, and his flashback to her walking into his and Remy's apartment. Off his visit with Luna, Will returned to work. Sorry, to Forrester. On his jam-packed to-do list was recapping the conversation he'd just had with his baby mama. You're worried about her, Elektra suspected. In her mind, she didn't draw a line between him caring about Luna versus him caring about the baby. At Taylor's office, she asked Deacon if he could ever trust Sheila again, just as the madwoman was worrying about having overheard the shrink urging her patient on to this next chapter. When Deacon didn't answer, Taylor did it for him. She suggested that the couple had a trauma bond that now leaned toward codependency. She then replayed a list of Sheila's most recent misdeeds. You think I should leave her, don't you? Deacon asked. No, I think you should have never gotten mixed up with that crackpot in the first place. Taylor didn't reply, even though I wished she would. Your heart hasn't failed you yet, is what she really said. Listen to it. Wow, what's it been? 1 session? 2? And already, Deacon felt that he couldn't cope without her. Off his therapy session, Deacon enthusiastically greeted the fruit of my loins. Nut ni ismen smneens, a groaning Deke. Having put in a whole 15 minutes at work, Deke was ready for a free pizza lunch courtesy of Dad, and wanted to hear the latest on his ill-advised marriage. Just then, Sheila showed up at Taylor's office, wondering if the shrink had a minute, as if they were old pals. Though Taylor insisted she couldn't discuss Deacon's therapy, Sheila blah blah blahed that she was a changed woman. "I'm a good person," she said with a straight face. At least she wasn't wrong when she noted that she'd helped save Steffi from Luna. You can bet she'll be reminding everyone of that a lot in the near future. As the episode neared its conclusion, Deke admitted that he wanted his dad to leave Sheila. And yet, he was also sad face emoji that Deacon was so bummed. Bummed about Sheila, that is. Taylor, on the other hand, "I'm very lucky to have her in my life," he said, as if marveling at how wonderful his new girlfriend is. At the same time, Sheila used her most sincere voice on Taylor, who dared to point out that, however changed she may be, she still lied about Luna. "Deacon's everything to me," Sheila said, adding that her granddaughter wasn't a threat anymore, so what's the big deal? Taylor and Steffi would never have to worry about her again. Finally, Will and Electra complained about how the Luna situation was unfair and killing them. Still, he was determined not to let it break them up. Not super sure what the realization we were told Electra was going to have in this episode was. Maybe that Will now secondhand cared for Luna because of the baby? Gonna give the show a point anyway for not spelling it out for us like it tends to. Y'all know I have issues with bold and beautiful from time to time. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal Steffi Forrester may invade a new storyline and protect a hot couple that's on the horizon. Now that Steffi is back on screen, B&B will no doubt find multiple ways to use her. Steffi has already been sharing lovey-dovey scenes with John Finnegan, and we've seen her fierce side thanks to her prison visit to Luna Nozawa Shinji, too. However, Steffi will ultimately find fresh opportunities to shake up the canvas. We can think of an easy one that involves a close friend of Steffi's, namely Daphne Rose. Daphne has been struggling with her feelings for Carter Walton for quite some time, but now Hope Logan is no longer an obstacle. There's nothing standing between Daphne and a future with Carter once his heart heals a little more. Steffi wasn't happy about Carter's role in the Forrester coup drama, but she mostly blamed Hope for leading him astray. Hope was never a good match for Carter in Steffi's eyes, but she should be all for the idea of Daphne and Carter living happily ever after. It's easy to imagine Steffi playing matchmaker a bit and trying to nudge this romance along. Carter is tired of waiting on romantic bliss, so Daphne could be just the woman to give him the marriage and family he's craving so desperately. Daphne and Carter already have a connection, but Steffi may play Cupid and help guide them somewhat anyway. Unfortunately, there could be a problem since someone from Daphne's past seems poised to show up and create chaos according to B&B Fall spoilers. If this mystery person is Daphne's former flame, that could certainly lead to some trouble in Carter and Daphne's romance. Steffi may feel the need to intervene and protect what Daphne's trying to build with Carter. Whatever the case, the bold and the beautiful spoilers say Steffi will get updates on plenty of romantic news and could play a role in trying to preserve Carter's future with Daphne. The bold and the beautiful spoilers hint that Luna Nozawa may be thrown in solitary confinement and find that her freedom plot has backfired. Luna's plans haven't been working out as well as she'd hoped lately, and that trend may continue now that she's orchestrated her own attack behind bars. In the October 21st episode, Bill Spencer made it crystal clear to Luna that she wouldn't be getting any help from him. Instead of using his influence to get Luna pardoned, Bill plans to use it to keep her locked up tight forever. Faced with the prospect of being incarcerated indefinitely and having her baby ripped away from her in the end, Luna took drastic action. Luna turned to her cellmate for help with a beating, and it was revealed that it wasn't the first time. This same cellmate previously helped Luna when she played the victim to convince Bill she was in danger, which led to her house arrest and eventual pardon. Of course, it won't be so easy to dupe Bill now that he's wise to Luna's agenda. Bill will know Luna set this up on purpose, so he won't be in any hurry to help her out of the slammer. Luna will whine about how she's not safe, but Bill may argue that she doesn't have to be at the cushy Spencer mansion for that. In fact, B&B spoilers say Bill's house will undergo a spiritual cleansing in the not-too-distant future. Since the Spencers will be trying to get rid of the negative energy there, that could be a sign that Luna won't be moving back in anytime soon. Instead, Bill could have Luna thrown in solitary confinement. Luna might gripe about that being unfair, But Bill may argue that he doesn't care if she's comfortable or lonely. The only thing that matters is the health and safety of Will Spencer's baby, so Bill may think isolating Luna is the answer. That way, Luna won't face any other attacks, whether they be intentional ones she ordered from her cellmate or real ones from any other provoked prisoners. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Luna's scheme could backfire big time, so stick with us for updates on any bad news that's headed her way. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers hint that Electra Forrester could be gearing up for a modeling debut that'll go horribly wrong. Will this set the stage for Remy Price to face his worst nightmare? B&B fans may recall that in recent months, Will Spencer tried to pitch Electra on the idea of modeling. Electra pointed out that she was just a jewelry designer, but Will insisted she'd be the hottest model ever. It felt like the show was planting a story seed and opening the door to Electra potentially hitting the runway at some point. Now Deke Sharp has befriended Electra and happens to be Forrester's newest fashion designer. Since Deke joined Hope Logan's design team and is growing closer to Electra, it may be time to move forward with that modeling story. Deke might become convinced that Electra is the perfect person to show off his designs. Hope might agree with Deke and feel like Electra could be the fresh face Hope for the future needs. If Electra does end up modeling Deke's designs at the upcoming fashion show, it could be a recipe for disaster. Remy has been working hard to keep his creepy stalker secrets under wraps, so we'll see how long he can keep that deception going. If Remy is still hiding the truth by the time the fashion show rolls around, there could be big trouble. Deke will surely want his boyfriend to cheer him on, so Remy may get roped into attending the event. Remy might try to fly under the radar and hope he can get out of there without being noticed. However, Electra might spot Remy, realize he's dating Deke, and use this gathering to blast her former tormentor publicly. The fashion show could turn into quite the spectacle and leave Remy scrambling to explain. Deke won't be happy when he gets updates on the deepfake horror Remy inflicted on Electra, nor will he approve of Remy chasing her down and leaving her in fear for her life. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Remy won't be able to escape his past indefinitely, so stay tuned for his exposure and the awful news Deke will react to. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for Thursday, October 23rd, reveal that Will Spencer will snap over Luna Nozawa's trick, while Deacon Sharp confesses to Taylor Hayes. In the prison visiting area, Luna will stick to the story that she's in danger, along with her unborn child. Although Luna will continue to whine, Will's going to lash out at her in Thursday's B&B episode. After Will declares that he knows what Luna is trying to do, he'll insist it's not going to work. Luna is trying to use her baby and this attack situation to manipulate Will, but he'll refuse to let it happen. Of course, Luna will stand her ground and contend that every day behind bars is another day their little one is at risk. Even so, Will's going to suspect Luna arranged her own beating, and once Bill Spencer gets updates on what happened, he'll suspect the same thing. Bill will refuse to let Luna come up with some get-out-of-jail-free card now that she's finally in the slammer where she belongs. Over with Electra Forrester, she'll have an epiphany about Will and Luna. We'll see Electra realize something big about her boyfriend and all the baby drama he's dealing with. But will it be a good thing or a bad thing? It's possible Luna will double down on her willingness to get through this mess with Will. It's also possible Electra will realize the harsh reality of all this and fret over Will's permanent tie to Luna due to their baby. In Taylor's office, she'll urge Deacon to trust his heart since it hasn't failed him yet. Taylor will push Deacon to look within when it comes to whether he can get past Sheila Sharp's mistakes and fix their marriage. Deacon will appreciate Taylor's guidance and confess that he doesn't know what he'd do without her. B&B is obviously playing up the connection here and setting up a potential new romance, but Sheila will cling to hope that Deacon will surrender to their love again. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Deacon will have a lot to figure out, so stay tuned for more news on his love life. Will might be Luna's key to freedom. Pregnant Luna has a plan to get out of prison on The Bold and the Beautiful. Luna is using the fear and sympathy card to gain sympathy from the Spencers. The one person who might help her is her baby daddy, Will. Even when she's in jail, Luna never stops scheming. The mom-to-be is anxious to get released from prison and is using the same method as before. As B&B fans remember, Luna used her assault by fellow inmates to gain Bill's sympathy and secure her freedom. However, this time around, her waterworks didn't work with Bill. He's determined that Luna remain locked up after the pain she inflicted on his family. Since Bill brushed her off, Luna is switching to another target. After Luna goaded another inmate into hitting her, the prison doctor contacted Will. Against his better judgment, Will visited Luna, who didn't waste any time in expressing fear for her and her baby's life. One would assume Will is smart enough not to fall for Luna's act. However, on a soap opera message board, fans believe he'll get Luna freed. Will is going to have a change of heart sooner than later and ask his father, Bill, to help him get her out of the dangerous prison, wrote one fan. I agree. Will is going to do it for the child. Then Elektra will go nuts, another commenter replied. I think Bill is going to have her released once he finds out she was beaten, just like last time. Bill might not care about Luna, but he does care about a potential Spencer baby, one viewer wrote. Will and Bill are setting themselves up for more trouble if they get Luna released. Of course, this will infuriate Katie and likely put a stop to any reunion between her and Bill. However, the one couple who will be affected by all this is Will and Elektra. She'll be upset by Will's actions and question his motives regarding Luna. Although Will says Elektra is the one for him, she'll wonder if he's in love with Luna. As for Luna, she'll use her newfound freedom to her advantage. She'll take the opportunity to woo Will away from Elektra by getting him to bond with their baby. But Luna's days of freedom might not last long. Once the baby's born, it'll be back to prison for her, unless Will decides otherwise. Luna is still convinced that she can get Will to come around and fall in love with her. In the October 23rd episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Luna convinces the prison doctor to page Will Spencer. She believes she can win him over to her side. But is she right? It's as if Luna is playing the video game Prison Escape. She devised unconventional ways to escape jail. So far, she's asked her inmate to beat her up, which she's done before. Then, Luna asked the prison doctor to look at her injuries and to have Will see her. Could Luna's prison beatdown cause a miscarriage? The doctor eventually agreed after Luna manipulated her into doing so. Will showed up after he got a call from prison. He told Elektra that he was only going to see Luna because he was worried about the baby's condition. Luna thanked Will for visiting. He told her that he's only here for the baby, not for her. Then, he wanted to know what happened. Luna claimed that her fellow inmates are out to get her. She begged Will to help her, but he looked hesitant about what to do. Luna begged Will not to leave, but he had to go back to the office. Will warned Luna not to manipulate him into feeling sorry for her. He's only here for his baby. Though she didn't get released, Luna seemed satisfied with her visit from Will. She bragged to everyone that she's carrying his baby and he's going to get her out of there. But of course, her inmates couldn't care less. Luna sat down in her cell and fantasized about her night with Will. Then, she rubbed her belly and told her baby that its daddy will get them out of there. She had a smug expression on her face once again. When Will returned to the office, he assured Elektra that he was only concerned about the baby. However, Elektra doesn't think he can worry about the baby without worrying about Luna. She could be right. Luna is a package deal. And Will could eventually feel bad for her and want to have her released from prison. Even the B&B fans think Will could eventually come to Luna's rescue. But that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to fall in love with her just yet. After all, she's a cold-blooded killer, and that's a hard pill for even Will to swallow. Will's feelings are all over the place, but he won't let Luna come between him and Elektra. Bill delivers a brutal truth to Katie and Will about Luna's actions, while Daphne returns with questions that could change everything for Carter and Hope. The Bold and the Beautiful's must-watch moments for Friday, October 24th, include Bill letting Katie and Will know that Luna intentionally did what she did to Will. Plus, Daphne wants to know the status of Carter and Hope's relationship. Lee saved Luna's life while letting everyone believe she'd died. Ultimately, Sheila found out, but she also kept the secret, which caused her issues with Deacon. Even worse, though, is that Luna snuck around and raped Will after his big celebration. It took Will a bit to realize he hadn't slept with Elektra like he thought. Finally, Luna dropped the bombshell on Will, Elektra, Bill, and Katie that she was pregnant. A subsequent paternity test that Bill ordered showed that Will was indeed Luna's baby's father. Elsewhere, Daphne is back in Los Angeles. She left after Carter rejected her in favor of Hope. Hope and Carter got engaged and planned to get married. However, during Liam's recovery from being shot and his brain tumor, Hope and Liam reconnected. Carter realized that, and he and Hope amicably decided to end their engagement. Of course, that leaves the door open for a potential romance between Carter and Daphne. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers for the week of September 27th, suggests some curveballs. Fans can expect Hope Logan and Liam Spencer to have a surprise for Beth Spencer. Meanwhile, Steffi Forrester Finnegan angrily confronts Bill Spencer. Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Let's start with Beth, who has been wanting her parents back together for quite some time. The little girl had no issue with Carter Walton, but didn't want him marrying her mother. While Cope is done and over, Lope hasn't reunited just yet. Hope and Liam might announce to Beth that they are getting back together. Or perhaps they will date again and see how it goes. That should certainly make Beth happy. Over with Steffi, she will probably confront both Bill and Lee Finnegan next. The brunette already saw Luna Nozawa in prison. While Luna seemed to enjoy the tense interaction, Steffi was about to blow a gasket. Steffi will wonder how Lee and Bill could do this. The brunette might also warn them both that if Luna ever gets out, she will hold them personally responsible. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers for the week of October 27th, suggest that Deacon Sharp could face temptation. While Deacon still has trust issues in his marriage, he could be tempted to give Sheila Carter Sharp another chance. Especially after Taylor let Deacon know that Sheila truly seems to just want her husband back. Fans will also see Deke Sharp and Electra Forrester deepen their friendship. At some point, Electra will open up about Remy Price's crimes. When Deke finds out about Remy's past, that could destroy their entire relationship. There is also Carter, who is trying to figure out what's next after Hope. Daphne Rose does question the COO about his feelings for Hope, so it sounds like the nose could sense that Carter isn't quite over his ex just yet. With some fresh blood at Forrester Creations, expect Deke to interact across the board. Will Deke be Hope's designer dream come true, or could there be complications? Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most during the week of September 27th, 2025? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. The Bold and the Beautiful for Thursday, October 23rd, 2025. Tease Electra coming to terms with what's been happening around her, while Deacon needs more advice. But will it be the wrong advice? Now that Luna Nozawa is back behind bars for now, Electra Forrester finally takes time to absorb the enormity of it all. She talked a tough game when she was at Dollar Bill Spencer's house. She even smacked Luna and called the police on her. But everything has affected her in a way she never imagined. It seems to finally dawn on Electra that Will Spencer is now tied to Luna for the rest of their lives. Having a baby together is a lifelong bond, and she is not sure how her relationship with Will can work with a baby in the middle of things. Sure, Katie, Logan, and Bill say they will raise the baby, and Luna will have nothing to do with their lives, but she always manages to somehow come out on top. Electra has a big decision to make. Can she handle being Will's girlfriend with Luna always there, even if she is not physically there? Will Ivy Forrester have the right advice for her niece? Deacon Sharp is certainly enjoying those therapy sessions with Taylor Hayes. He keeps coming back for more, as they seem to be the only thing that is keeping him grounded these days. Deacon wants to be able to forgive Sheila Carter, but he keeps remembering his two dead friends and all the lies she has told. Sheila has apologized over and over, but how can he ever trust her again? Taylor tries to give Deacon the right advice, but she might be too close to the situation. At one time, Sheila shot and killed Taylor, or at least everyone thought Taylor was dead. She was also once Taylor's therapist. Does she mention to Deacon that Sheila stopped by and seemed to have an ominous warning? This week on The Bold and the Beautiful, Deke Sharp will continue making himself comfortable at Forrester Creations and celebrating his new gig at Hope for the Future. He also has been spending a lot of time with Will Spencer's girlfriend, Electra Forrester. Should Dollar Bill Jr. be worried? Deke Sharp was introduced as one half of The Bold and the Beautiful's first same-sex couple. Soap fans automatically assumed that Remy Price's boyfriend was gay. But what if he's bisexual? Here's what's coming up next on the CBS soap, B&B spoilers down below. The last time The Bold and the Beautiful had a LGBTQ storyline, It was revealed that Maya Ivan used to be a man and underwent surgery and changed her name. So, we know TPT at the soap love to go for shock value. Remy Price used to be in love with Electra Forrester until he switched teams and shacked up with Deke. And in love is putting it loosely. He was obsessed and stalking her. Maybe flirting with Electra will inspire Deke to start dating women. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say that Will Spencer Jr. and Electra's relationship is doomed. The odds of them staying together through Luna's pregnancy are slim. It's only a matter of time before Deke finds out all of the horrible things that Remy did to Electra, and they will be headed to Splitsville too. The soaps have dabbled in same-sex couples in recent years, but it's not too often a gay man falls for a woman on daytime TV or vice versa. Could Will Spencer actually lose his girlfriend to Deke, the last man he suspected? Do you think there's any truth to the rumors about Deke being bisexual, not gay? Steffi wasted no time in confronting an alive Luna. Steffi's joyous homecoming was cut short on The Bold and the Beautiful. After reuniting with Finn, Steffi learned a bombshell revelation. Luna is alive. It didn't take long for Steffi to hightail it over to the prison to see her jailbird stepdaughter. After 2 months away, Steffi returned home. She and the kids enjoyed a much-needed vacation in Europe, away from family drama. However, unbeknownst to Steffi, she was about to return to more drama. Steffi was happy to be home with her adoring husband, Finn. The two were enjoying a lovely moment before Finn dropped some shocking news on Steffi. Luna is alive and pregnant with Will's baby. After learning that Luna was back in prison, Steffi didn't waste any time in rushing over there. During a tense confrontation, Steffi warned Luna that her pregnancy isn't her get-out-of-jail card. While their showdown made for great storytelling, some viewers think it was too soon. On Reddit, fans think Steffi should be focused on her family, not Luna, upon her return. This makes absolutely zero sense for Steffi to get home from a long trip and then drive to see Luna in prison. She should never want to see Luna's face again, wrote one user. Cracked me up because Steffi was gone for months. She comes home, no roll in the hay for you, Finn, because she must rage at Luna. One commenter replied. Finn is like, I thought you missed me, and she's gone to the prison. What is she going to accomplish there? Wrote another fan. Steffi is adamant that Luna will spend her life in prison. However, Luna will find a way out like she always does. Chances are, Will or Bill will get her released to protect the baby. Naturally, Steffi will be furious and go to great lengths to protect her family. Although Luna is more focused on Will and their baby, one never knows when her attention will shift to another target. Luna and Steffi have a heated feud that stems from Luna kidnapping her stepmother. Aside from holding her captive, Luna also pulled a gun on Steffi, ending with Liam and Sheila becoming collateral damage. Chances are their rivalry isn't over, and it might reignite if Steffi interferes in Luna's family plan. Sean Kanan is being honored with a Military Veteran Partner Award at the MV Shorts LA Film Festival. Deacon has been fretting about his marriage lately on The Bold and the Beautiful. Sheila knew Luna was alive and got pregnant after she assaulted an unwitting Will. Deacon's worried that Sheila might be falling back into her old nefarious ways and has sought out Taylor for some therapy. Whether or not that blossoms into Deacon cheating with her remains to be seen, but off-screen, his portrayer Sean Kanan shared some far more uplifting news, one that has fans cheering. On Instagram, Kanan revealed that he's being recognized at the MV Shorts LA Film Festival with a Military Veteran Partner Award, and his reaction was exactly what you'd expect from someone who never takes his platform for granted. I'm truly honored to receive the Military Veteran Partner Award from @MVAA Awards at the MV Shorts LA Film Festival and Fashion Show on November 8th, he wrote. He continued with, I'm grateful to stand alongside so many talented artists and veterans whose work continues to inspire and reshape the narrative in entertainment. Let's celebrate the contributions of our veterans in film and beyond. In the image attached to the post, Kanan is front and center on the event flyer for the upcoming ceremony. The event will take place in Culver City and will feature both a film festival and a fashion show, further blending the world of entertainment and advocacy. The response to Kanan's post was immediate and heartfelt. Congratulations! Well deserved! This news makes me so happy, so proud of all the work you do in this world. You and Michelle have been a true blessing in my life, wrote one fan. Congrats, and God bless all our vets, added another. A third follower chimed in with, class act and the nicest guy in show or any business. The flood of praise continued with messages like, well done, very deserving brother. Thank you, Sean. As a Navy vet, I love this. And incredible! Someone else offered to create a portrait in his honor. Let me know if you want to present a portrait for this. I'll be happy to donate. Halloween 225 will be one for the record books, according to the bold and the beautiful rumor mill. It's been a few months since anyone was murdered or kidnapped, so the CBS soap is due for another round of murder and mayhem. What better time than on the spookiest day of the year? Several storylines are coming to explosive heads on Bold and the Beautiful. Will something horrible will happen on Halloween this year? Keep reading to find out. Here's what's happening next on the CBS soap. Spoilers down below. The Bells usually pull out all the stops for Halloween, and this year is rumored to be extra spooky. Will pregnant Luna Nozawa get sprung from prison just in time to go trick-or-treating? Luna nailed her costume so well at the last masquerade, Will Spencer Jr. didn't even know it was her. All Hallows Eve is the perfect time for Luna to lurk in the shadows undetected and scheme on her next target. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers say Luna isn't the only scorned woman running around Los Angeles with a hit list. In fact, her grandmother, Sheila Carter, might make a few house calls during the festivities. Sheila has been dormant for a while, but when she is cross, the villainess makes Luna's crimes look like child play. Sheila Carter is a ticking time bomb on the CBS soap opera. Deacon Sharp has checked out of his marriage and wants to cut ties with his wife. Deacon claims she's dishonest, but his crush on Taylor Hayes isn't helping matters. As far as Sheila is concerned, Taylor is the problem, and it's only a matter of time before the villainess decides to eliminate her competition. Could Sheila Carter put on her old witch's costume and strike when Taylor Hayes is least expecting it? Share your thoughts and theories down below in the comments, and don't forget to keep checking back here on Celebrating the Soaps for more B&B spoilers and news. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers and updates indicate that Scott Clifton has recently confirmed that the original plan was for Liam to die. He recently shared the backstory of his character's miraculous life-saving twist in a red carpet interview at the Daytime Emmys with Daytime Confidential. The soap opera community was indeed in an uproar regarding Liam's diagnosis when it appeared he might actually confront a dire outcome, losing his life to an incurable disease. Initially, numerous fans were anxious that Liam was genuinely on the path to an untimely demise, filled with fear over their fave's grim fate. Not surprisingly, Scott Clifton shared that same concern when he learned that this storyline would indeed mark Liam's swan song. B&B executive producer and head writer Bradley Bell summoned Liam to his office to inform him of his intention to write Liam out of the show. This was intended to be a genuine death, not a mere fake-out like the show had previously executed with Eric Forrester and various other characters throughout the years. Scott shared, "I felt scared as well. I was meant to be leaving. That was the strategy. It wasn't some kind of grand deception aimed at the audience," Clifton affirmed. Clifton continued by mentioning that since he believed Liam was truly facing a life-threatening brain tumor, that's how he approached those earlier scenes. It provided Clifton with substantial material, and he feels grateful for those impactful scenes and the opportunity to keep his job in the end. While Clifton couldn't definitively say what led Bell to change his mind, he implied that the viewers' reactions and support might have played a role. Clifton expressed his appreciation to the fans as he recognized their part in saving his job. "I'm not sure what led to that, but I have to believe it's connected to all of you. And I'm incredibly thankful that you've allowed me to stay because it's truly the greatest honor of my life to entertain you," Clifton expressed. Ultimately, it was uncovered that Grace Buckingham had fabricated Liam's brain tumor diagnosis as part of an elaborate plot. Grace deceived Bill Spencer out of $1 million through a fraudulent procedure, but fortunately, she was caught. Regarding Liam's next steps, The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers indicate that his reunion with Hope Logan is imminent, so keep an eye out for any wedding updates coming soon. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with B&B right now. Come back here often for the bold and the beautiful spoilers, news, and updates. On the Wednesday, October 22nd episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Luna tricked Will into a prison visit. Remy begged for secrecy, and Taylor stunned Deacon with information about Sheila. At Il Giardino, Sheila followed Deacon around and begged for an opportunity to speak. She wanted time together to work through everything and told him, "I really miss you, Daddy." Sadly for Sheila, Deacon wasn't ready to forgive and forget based on her past. He believed her apologies were sincere, but there was too much questionable behavior in her past to let it go too quickly. Before they could continue their conversation, Deacon got a reminder about his next therapy session with Taylor. Sheila claimed to welcome Deacon's sessions with Taylor as a potential step forward in his progress in taking her back. She cited her complicated past with Taylor as a potential roadblock. She hoped Taylor could set that aside and do what was best to heal their marriage. Sheila, alone at the restaurant, reminisced about some of the better, more romantic times with Deacon. However, she was overpowered by the image of Taylor and Deacon embracing in her office after their session. If things don't go Sheila's way, Taylor once again may encounter an enemy that she does not want targeting her. Remy told Deke he was so proud of him for securing a position as the new designer of hope for the future. However, he was more concerned that Deke didn't utter his name in the hallowed halls of Forrester Creations. He thought keeping his name a secret was the best course of action. Remy flashed back to his previous conflict with Elektra over the photos, and he told Deke things had happened in the past that he didn't want to revisit. He refused to open up about his sordid past with the Forrester family, and luckily for Remy, Deke was running a bit late. He reminded Deke that his dream was to work in fashion, and ending up exactly where he wanted to be was a rare feat. The two kissed, and he sent Deke on his way, but Deke was concerned about the secrecy. Luna's injury was quite visible, and her cellmate threatened her to keep quiet about having done it to her. Luna assured her that she knew what she was doing. The doctor was appalled at the sight of Luna's injury, which Luna used to her advantage, and told her that she wasn't safe in prison. She begged the doctor to help her get out of prison before something horrible happened to her baby. The doctor didn't think there was any permanent damage, but Luna sold the story about being terrified for the safety of her child. Will and Elektra hoped Bill would stand his ground against Luna and not fall for his manipulations. After all, he was responsible for the current mess. Will tried to evade the subject of Luna, but she wouldn't allow it, so he apologized again for Luna coming between them. Elektra vowed not to let Luna's unhinged behavior and pregnancy ruin what they have. Will received a phone call from an unknown number, and he was surprised to hear Luna's prison doctor on the other end. The doctor informed him of Luna's injuries, but Will wasn't sure why he was being notified. She suggested that Will visit the prison to check on Luna and the baby himself, and she wouldn't give any further details. Elektra didn't think the doctor would lie on Luna's behalf, so she urged Will to go to the jail. Will couldn't believe the extent of Luna's facial lacerations, but he was only there for the baby. He wanted an update about the baby's health, but she didn't have one. She told him she was too stressed, and all that mattered was the safety and well-being of their child. Luna spoke to her baby bump and reminded it that Will was there to protect them and save the day. Luna thanked him for coming that far, because his capacity for care was everything for her and the baby. Deke arrived for his first day at Forrester, and Elektra was the first to greet and congratulate him. She did not think that he needed to feel intimidated by anyone there because hope was invested in his talents. He looked at Elektra's jewelry collection, but she was too distracted to invest in it. With everything that happened with Luna, she couldn't focus too much on her attempted amethyst collection. Taylor and Steffi embraced in Taylor's office, but Steffi lamented being away from her family. Steffi was still upset that her father had left Taylor for Brooke again. Despite the breakup, Taylor hoped to move on with her life. Steffi called Taylor her role model and wished she had guided her through the crisis. Taylor assured Steffi there was nothing to worry about, and she was determined to make the most of her life. Steffi caught a vibe from her mother and asked if she had another man in her life. She told Taylor that it was a no-judgment zone, but Taylor still didn't crack. Taylor truly believed Ridge would have remained loyal to her this time. She confessed she wasn't dating, nor was she even considering the possibility. With Luna locked up, Steffi didn't want her mother to worry about protecting them. She wanted the situation behind them, so she could focus on her own life. Taylor reminded Steffi that she had an upcoming appointment, so they'd catch up later. A bit after Steffi departed, Deacon arrived for his session and immediately filled Taylor in on how Sheila cornered him at the restaurant. Taylor surprised Deacon and revealed that Sheila visited her office after their last therapy session. He had no idea that Sheila had previously visited, and Taylor admitted that she loved Deacon. Regardless of love, Taylor wondered if Deacon and Sheila still had a future together. The Bold and the Beautiful recap for Wednesday, October 22nd, reveals that Luna Nozawa's prison doctor called Will Spencer, while Steffi Forrester Finnegan had a dating quiz for Taylor Hayes. At Deke Sharp and Remy Price's apartment, they discussed his new job at Forrester Creations before Remy offered a reminder not to mention him there. Deke questioned Remy about why, but Remy just offered a vague explanation about some stuff that went down. Although Deke assured Remy that he could tell him anything and assumed it couldn't be that bad, Remy insisted today was about Deke and hustled him off to work. Meanwhile, Luna had quite the shiner thanks to her helpful cellmate and gave a dramatic performance once Dr. Tavares arrived to examine her. After Luna played up how much the other inmates hated her and the threat to her baby's safety, she convinced Dr. Tavares to call Will with updates. Dr. Tavares summoned Will to speak with Luna, so Electra Forrester pushed him to go since the doctor was the one who called. Once Will took off, Deke showed up for his first day and continued bonding with Electra. Since Electra had a lot on her mind, she wound up mentioning some drama involving her boyfriend and Luna Nozawa. That name definitely got Deke's attention due to what happened when Remy got Luna's surprise visit. Once Will arrived to see Luna in the visiting area, she complained about getting assaulted and insisted their baby wasn't safe. Luna griped about being under so much stress and worked to convince Will that she needed to get out of there. In Taylor's office, Steffi voiced her disappointment in Ridge Forrester for going back to Brooke Logan Forrester and wondered if there was a new man in her mom's life. Taylor denied having any dating news, while Sheila Sharp made another pitch to Deacon Sharp at Il Giardino. Although Sheila missed Daddy and wanted him to come home to her, Deacon rushed off for another therapy session with Taylor. Next on Wednesday's B&B episode, Deacon met with Taylor and was taken aback to learn Sheila had dropped in on her. Taylor ultimately quizzed Deacon about whether he still thought he had a future with Sheila. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say some big romantic decisions are still to come on the CBS soap, so stay tuned. This past weekend was a big one for The Bold and the Beautiful's Lisa Yamada. The actress took home a golden statuette for Outstanding Emerging Talent in a daytime drama program at this year's 52nd Annual Daytime Emmy Awards, which took place on October 17th, and still reeling from the historical event. Having been the first Asian American network soap star to win a Daytime Emmy Acting Award, she posted a message for many, including her younger self. Yamada took to her official Instagram to share a video of the moment when everything she'd worked toward came to a head and stated, "There aren't enough words to express my gratitude to everyone who's helped me get here. My heart is so full." She first thanked her bold and beautiful family for changing her life and for creating a space where she could be vulnerable and pour her heart into every scene. Next, she addressed her fellow nominees, which included Christian Weissman, who was also up for the award. "I am so in love with all of you beautiful people and such a big fan of each of you. Having my name listed alongside yours was truly an honor." Of her life, Yamada shared, "I come from two immigrant parents who helped me navigate an industry that was so foreign to them, all while trying to understand a language not their own. Even when we didn't have much, they never hesitated to pay for every acting class, every headshot, and drive me to every audition. So to be the first performer of Asian descent to win a Daytime Emmy for acting in a network soap opera, I'm so deeply humbled." And last but not least, the star sent her younger self an inspiring message. "To the late-night self-tapes, the tears over missed roles, this career is really bleeping hard. But I'd tell little Lisa, the one who cried herself to sleep dreaming of a moment like this, 'We did it, girl.'" Luna asked an inmate to beat her up, which could harm her unborn child, and ruin her chances at being released from jail. In the Tuesday, October 21st episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Luna revealed her sinister plan to break out of jail. She had initially planned for an inmate to beat her up, which is how she got released before. Could this harmful decision lead to a miscarriage? Toward the end of Tuesday's episode, Luna returned to her cell after she got severely talked down to by Steffi and Bill. They both reminded her that she would never see the light of day again. However, that's not stopping her from trying. Luna's cellmate joked about her sugar daddy coming to rescue her. Luna asked her inmate to beat her up again. "Just not in the stomach," she added. Her cellmate was ready to oblige. However, this prison beatdown could do more harm than good, even if Luna doesn't get hit in the stomach. Her body's already suffered through a lot, especially when she went on a murdering spree. B&B fans remember when Liam shot Luna in the stomach. It's a miracle that she ended up pregnant with Will's baby shortly after. Since she's willingly getting beaten up in prison, there's a chance that she could lose her baby. If so, then she could lose her chances of getting out of prison. If she's no longer carrying a baby, she will remain behind bars for much of her life. But arguably, Luna can serve time in prison, regardless of her situation. All prisons have a maternity ward and offer care for the mother's child. The problem is that Luna doesn't want to take accountability for her crimes and spend her life behind bars. She's created this theory in her head that she's meant to be with Will Spencer. She assumed that he would fall in love with her because she was carrying his child. However, Will has made it clear that he doesn't want anything to do with her, nor does he want anything to do with their child. The Bold and the Beautiful star. Scott Clifton revealed on the Daytime Emmys red carpet that Liam Spencer was meant to get killed off. Liam Spencer suffered a health setback on The Bold and the Beautiful. His collapse led him to wonder whether he was dying. Actor Scott Clifton assumed that he was on his way out of the soap. He spilled the details of the original plot at the Daytime Emmys. Many B&B characters have died and come back from the dead. Luna was brought back to life thanks to her Aunt Lee. Scott Clifton admitted that Liam had cheated death as well. He thought his character was supposed to be killed off. Clifton spoke to Daytime Confidential on the red carpet at the 2025 Daytime Emmys. Clifton explained that executive producer and head writer Brad Bell had intended for Liam to die. "I was supposed to be on my way out. That was the plan," Clifton said. He admitted that it wasn't a plot twist that would trick the audience, even though it felt like it. Viewers were shocked that Liam cheated death. In Clifton's mind, he was preparing his swan song and saying his goodbyes. Regardless, he was honored to tackle this difficult storyline. Liam's love life is far from perfect. He waffled between Steffi and Hope for decades. When he had a near-death experience, he realized that he wanted to get back with Hope for the sake of their daughter. Hope and Liam seemingly got back together. She ended her engagement with Carter, who promptly removed the ring from her finger. He knew that she had lingering feelings for Liam. Surprisingly, their split was mature and amicable. Clifton also shared his thoughts on the Lope reunion. "I would love to believe that this journey that Liam and Hope have gone through hasn't been for nothing," he said. He believes that it will stick this time, at least for now. Bold and the Beautiful has Luna Nozawa turning into a super soap opera character with enough storylines to carry several cast members. At one point, it seemed she was making her exit for good, as it was reported that Lisa Yamada had landed a new role in an Amazon Prime Video series. But now, it appears she's going nowhere as her B&B scenes amp up. Today, The Bold and the Beautiful, viewers still wonder if all those articles saying that she is leaving are true. Luna Nozawa has new storylines springing up for her, so it seems an exit looks impossible. B&B fans watched to see if she would disappear when she went to prison, but it looks like she is still going strong. Luna is pregnant with Will Spencer's baby and behind bars again. She is also working on another ploy, doing her best acting job while trying to get out. Bold and the Beautiful has Luna Nozawa entangled in most of the soap's characters' lives. Even when the newest cast member arrived, Deacon Sharp's son, Deke Sharp, Luna became a problem for him. He found her at home with his partner, Remy Price. This left Deke disgusted at the thought of Remy even knowing her. Plus, Luna is very tangled in the Forrester family, the Logan family, and the Spencer family. It seems there's not one person on Bold and Beautiful who doesn't have some problem with her seeping into their lives. But while some fans seem to enjoy the Luna saga, others are growing bored with it. So, now with Luna staying put, how will this go forward? While Will Spencer is still disgusted by Luna, he did seem to soften up a bit while visiting her in prison this week on Bold and the Beautiful, but only because she was beaten to a pulp. So, the drama seeps into the Spencer family even more now that Luna has been beaten. The pregnant prisoner requested her fellow inmate to make mincemeat out of her face, but at the same time, Luna warned her cellmate not to touch her belly, as she wanted to protect her baby. Hopefully, when Bill Spencer finds out about Luna's beating in prison, he will set his son straight. After all, Bill once fell for that same ploy. Luna Nozawa had Bill believing her life was in danger. There was no baby in the picture the first time around. Still, this baby on board offers a storyline that brings plenty of intrigue. So many Bold and the Beautiful viewers don't see Luna leaving anytime soon, and it looks like they would be correct with that line of thought. Welcome to the Bold and the Beautiful Daily YAPP for a quick, and by that, I mean you're already halfway done, recap of the most amazing or what the heck did we just watch moments on today's episode. Let's get to it. Deacon Sharp seems to forget that he married Sheila Carter. Why he ever expected her to be an honest paragon of virtue is beyond us. He knew her past and even found 2 of her victims, bloodied and left for dead in an alleyway a few years ago, and one of them was her own son. While Sheila has mellowed since then, Deacon appears to believe he wed someone who will always tell him the truth and never do something underhanded or sneaky. He also knows that Sheila will do anything for her kids, and that extends to any grandkids. The fact that Deacon seems surprised that Sheila would do anything to protect Luna is baffling to us. On top of that, Deacon is also not a paragon of virtue. He's been just as sneaky and underhanded as Sheila, as they are both ex-cons. Deacon is also a little unforgiving. He married the premier, the Bold and the Beautiful murderess, and was able to accept that she turned over a new leaf, but was unwilling to believe that Luna could do the same just because her victims were his friends. Well, he was right in that she didn't turn over a new leaf, but he never even gave her a chance. Sheila now knows that Luna is out of her mind and is only focused on Deacon. So why can't Deacon just cut her a little slack, since keeping Luna's alive status a secret is in no way the worst thing she has ever done? Want more details? We got you! Soap Central has the best full B&B recaps on the internet. You can even go back over 30 years and read each and every one of them. If you can't wait until the next episode, we have daily spoilers too. And whatever you do this weekend, do not, seriously, do not forget to read the 2 scoops for some laughs in the as close as we can come to being a watching party without actually being a show. And the best part is, if you agree or disagree, we want to know. As always, share your comments below. This week on The Bold and the Beautiful, sparks will continue to fly between Deacon Sharp and Taylor Hayes. Deacon clearly has a crush on his counselor and will be racing to serve Sheila Carter with divorce papers. Is Taylor Hayes really into the restaurant owner, or is she just using him to make her ex jealous? Here's what's coming up next on B&B. Spoilers down below. Taylor Hayes has taken getting dumped by Ridge Forrester way too well. Has she even shed a tear? Even more disturbing, Taylor seems totally okay with the fact that he married Brooke Logan. Either Taylor is still in a state of shock, or she still has a trick or 2 up her sleeve, and that's why she's not stressed. According to B&B spoilers, Taylor will continue flirting with Deacon Sharp and can't wait to rub her new friendship in Ridge and Brooke's faces. Word on the internet is Deacon and Taylor will probably hit the sheets by Halloween. Deacon seems to be over Sheila's shenanigans, and it looks like the Il Giardino owner genuinely likes Taylor. Is he getting set up for a heartbreak, though? Bold and the Beautiful viewers know that Taylor just lost Ridge because he couldn't stand to see Brooke with another man. Is Taylor going to give Brooke a taste of her own medicine and make Ridge jealous with Deacon? What the therapist does not realize is that she's putting herself in grave danger and is now #1 on Sheila Carter's hit list. If she doesn't actually like Deacon, she should probably back off. There's no sense getting shot by Sheila over a man you don't even want to be with. Do you think that Taylor has real feelings for Deacon, or is she just using him to get Ridge Forrester's attention? Will it work? Share your thoughts down below in the comments, and keep checking back here on Soap Opera Spy for more B&B spoilers and news. Lawrence St. Victor highlighted how fleeting life can be, and why that makes it worth living fully. Carter's heart may still be nursing some bruises after Hope broke things off on The Bold and the Beautiful, but actor Lawrence St. Victor clearly isn't staying stuck in heartbreak mode. As his character tries to choose his next mate, the actor worked on a powerful reminder for fans. He created a stirring message that had viewers taking a moment to reassess what's really important. St. Victor opened his Instagram post with, "From a baby's very first breath to someone's last, we're all working with a limited number of them. We don't know the count, but we know it's not endless. So why waste a single one?" He then quoted Pulitzer Prize-winning poet Mary Oliver. "Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?" The B&B star finished with, "Let's move with purpose. Speak with intention. Live like the clock is real, because it is." In the accompanying video, he expanded on that thought, sharing that after an incredible week filming a Christmas movie in Texas with people who truly inspired him, a conversation on set made him reflect on the power of each breath we take. He explained how our breaths are finite, and wasting them on things that don't matter isn't worth it. Quoting poet Mary Oliver, he reminded fans to live intentionally, stay present, and make every moment count. He then posed a question to his fans. Life is wild, life is precious, life is up, life is down. But guess what? We only get one. One. So what do we plan to do with it? Beyond the Gates, Carla Mosley commented, "Love, love, love this. I also heard recently, I treat every day like a lifetime," St. Victor responded. At Carlamos, yo, oh, I love that so much. To which Mosley added, Al St. Vic, me too. St. Victor's words struck a chord immediately. A fan wrote, "That's an awesome feeling. In film class today, we got to practice our first table read speech as creator and screenwriter." Another follower added, "You are wise beyond your years. I will never forget how much joy you brought to my mom all those many years ago." Someone else commented simply, "Amazing, so enjoy every day and breathe in and out." Others connected deeply to his message about mortality and meaning. "Had a friend take his life over the weekend, and that had me really thinking about life and what a gift it is," one person shared. And another expressed what many commented with, "Life is precious. Thank you for saying that, sir." The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. For the week of October 27 to 31, hint that Steffy Forrester Finnegan may have an angry warning for Bill Spencer. Liam Spencer and Hope Logan will also have a surprise for Beth Spencer soon, so here's what B&B fans can expect. For starters, Steffy may want to corner Bill and get a few things straight with him. It's Bill's fault that Luna Nozawa got out of prison to begin with, so Steffy may blast him over that and show some sympathy for targeted Will Spencer. Despite the attack Luna arranged behind bars, Steffy won't fall for her stunt and may warn Bill that he can't let it sway him. Bill may assure Steffy that he's not falling for Luna's tricks this time around and has no intention of pulling strings for her release. As for Deacon Sharp, he may be tempted to give Sheila Sharp another chance. Deacon is struggling to figure out how he can trust Sheila again, but part of him obviously still loves her. We know Sheila and Deacon will celebrate Thanksgiving together down the road, so maybe Taylor Hayes' advice to follow his heart could lead him back to his wife, at least for a while. In the meantime, Deke Sharp and Electra Forrester's friendship will flourish. Electra may praise Deke's designs as he helps Hope for the future prepare for a fashion show, and in return, Deke may lend an ear when it comes to her problems with Will. Of course, that could also lead to Electra discussing the deepfake fiasco and how a former pal betrayed her. Electra may not refer to Remy Price by name, but she could at least share her painful story and get Deke all riled up about the person who hurt her. Remy may eventually find himself in panic mode, especially if Deke offers updates on his growing bond with Electra and complains about everything she's been through. As for Hope, she'll be excited about all the fashion show prep, but she'll make time for her personal life as well. Hope and Liam are on the verge of surrendering to their reunion, which could lead to some erupting passion and a celebration. Beth is sure to get a pleasant surprise once Liam and Hope admit they're back together. It probably won't be long until Beth's planning her parents' next wedding, so Hope and Liam may admit they're on board with the idea. Carter Walton will have to find a way forward without Hope, so Daphne Rose will do her part to help him. Daphne and Carter have a romance of their own coming up, but a face from her past could lead to some dramatic news somewhere down the line. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say some romantic shockers and big secrets will spell trouble during the week of October 27 to 31st, so stay tuned. Ridge won't be happy with Deacon hanging out with his ex-wife. Taylor and Deacon are heading towards romance on The Bold and the Beautiful. Fans know the new couple won't make many people happy, including Taylor's ex-husband, Ridge. According to Sean Kanan, when Ridge finds out, things could get heated between him and Deacon. After being dumped by Ridge again, Taylor is moving on. The world-renowned psychiatrist is focusing on work, which has brought her a new love interest. Deacon started therapy with Taylor to deal with his marital issues with Sheila. Taylor's been a big help to Deacon, and the two have become great friends. However, their friendship will eventually turn romantic as their sessions continue. While fans are worried about Sheila's reaction to the couple, others are more curious about Ridge. The fashion designer broke Taylor's heart by choosing to reunite with Brooke. Although Ridge is happy with Brooke, he's worried about Taylor and wants her to find happiness. Unfortunately, it'll be with one of his rivals. Fans are already speculating that Ridge is going to blow a gasket over Taylor and Deacon, and Kanan agrees with them. On X, the actor hinted that a showdown between the men is coming. After one fan expressed their anticipation over Deacon giving jealous Ridge a whipping, Kanan replied, "It ain't gonna be boring." Deacon and Ridge have gotten into many brawls in the past, mostly because of Brooke. But with Taylor in the middle this time, things will get heated. Ridge prides himself as a hero, always coming to the rescue of his lady loves. With Taylor becoming involved with Deacon, Ridge will feel it's his duty to protect Taylor. He knows Deacon is no good and can't be trusted, which is why he'll try to break up his ex-wife's new romance. Aside from Deacon, Ridge is also worried about Sheila. She won't be happy with losing Deacon to Taylor and will be out for revenge. However, Ridge's desire to protect Taylor will infuriate Brooke. She won't be happy with Ridge butting into Taylor's life and worrying that her marriage is in trouble. Could Taylor and Deacon put an end to Bridge's honeymoon?